Oh, this is absolutely strange on so many levels. I don't. I found out about the story, I think, earlier this week, and now we're finding out that is another woman that was unalived when she went to go visit her husband in prison. That owns so many. Just so strange. I'll fill you in on what I've learned thus far when I come back. Yeah, hello, folks. Thank you for coming back. Those who have returned and those who are subscribed or not subscribed, you return. Appreciate you. Let's jump into this these two strange occurrences. It's strange to me because you would think that, when a man is in prison and his wife or girlfriend is coming to visit him, the last thing on his mind would be unaliving them, That would be the last. That shouldn't even come close to your mind. But yeah, the first case happened last year. Stephanie Dowell, she was 62. She died. It was California prison. Dang. She died when visiting her husband, who was serving a life term for murdering 4 people. Now, I don't want to come off like I'm judging this woman because I have no idea why she chose to, to marry him. But if I was talking to a man and he disclosed to me that, it wasn't self-defense, but he unalived 4 people. Yeah, that's a hard pass. Yeah, it would seem like it was a dangerous situation. So the article says a week after an inmate was charged with murdering his wife at the Mule Creek State Prison in Sacramento, or near Sacramento, it has been revealed that a similar situation happened at the same prison last year. NBC News reported that Stephanie Diane Dowell, 62, was killed in November of 24 during a conjugal visit with her inmate husband. Dowell was strangled to death by David Brinson, 54, who was convicted of murdering 4 men during a robbery and sentenced to death. Murder. It was murder. It wasn't killed. He didn't kill them. He murdered them. He unalived these 4 men during a robbery and was sentenced to 4 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole in the 1990s. According to California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, Brinson called prison officials at 2:04 a.m. on November the 13th to inform them that his wife was deceased. Although officers rushed to the scene to begin life-saving measures and called 911, the hairdresser was pronounced deceased a short time after. Dowell's son, Armin Torres, 28, and his wife, Natalie Jimenez, claimed that after Dowell's death, Brinson's story kept changing, including the time and place he found Dowell's unconscious. The revelation comes a week after Anthony Curry, 48, was charged for strangling his wife, Tania Thomas, 47. Now check out this clip right quick, and then I'm gonna come back and complete the finish the article.
Our grandparents. And this is just a little collage of her life.
Janine Rojo and her cousin weren't just close in age.
We've literally been together since birth.
They did everything together until July 1st when everything changed.
It's just tragic what happened.
Her cousin, a single mother of 1, died.
Tanya Vanessa Corpus Thomas, she was 47 years old.
She says Thomas spent more than half her life battling lupus, but the family learned the disease is not what killed her.
For her to be taken away this way, it's gut-wrenching.
The Amador County District Attorney tells KCRA3 investigates Thomas's husband, 48-year-old Anthony Curry, is charged with her murder.
Oh, it hit my gut.
He's accused of strangling Thomas during a conjugal visit at Mule Creek State Prison. Court records show Curry was already serving time in prison for a conviction of attempted murder following the 1999 shooting of his 19-year-old girlfriend at the time.
He shot a girl in the head and dumped her body, so he left her body for dead.
She was found at a remote truck stop in Richmond, barely alive. A gunshot wound to the head left her permanently blind and partially paralyzed.
He's a violent person.
Rojo says she had no idea her cousin even had conjugal visits with him.
With that history of severe violence, why are they being allowed to have these visits?
As I said, Tania Thomas was 47 during a conjugal visit at the same prison in July the same year. Dow's are 24. Dow's case remains under investigation as charges are pending. Prison and autopsy reports. The Amador County Sheriff Office has, however, confirmed she was strangled and that her death was homicide. I want to know what was put in the water. It has to have been something in the water for this to happen. Somebody, Thomas' cousin says something needs to be done. It should have been done 2 homicides ago, said the family's designated spokesperson Janine Roja, Thomas' cousin. She says she's sick and this could have been prevented. Despite 2 homicide deaths during overnight visits at the prison in North California are extremely rare. And I know somebody who worked with the California prison system. I was talking to them about it, and they said, yeah, that's rare. They never heard of anything like that themselves. It's very concerning. It's unprecedented in my experience. Is unprecedented in the facility, he said. The killings are the first violent acts during family visit at Mule Creek that he has seen in 26 years, a district attorney said. The California Department of Corrections Rehabilitation has not provided information in response to injuries about whether other homicides have occurred. Yeah, that's what I want to know. I want to know if other homicides have occurred prior to these 2 women. The overnight visits are intended to support family connections and successful rehabilitation, according to the Corrections Department. Inmates on death row convicted of S crimes and disciplinary restrictions are ineligible for consideration, according to the department. Family visits occur in private apartment-like facilities on prison grounds and last from 30 to 40 hours. Inmates have to show themselves for account at least 4 times in the 24-hour period, according to the department. The families of both women said they believe neither Curry nor Dow's husband, David Brinson, 54, should have been allowed the visits because they were convicted of violent crimes. Yeah, that right there, that's on them. That prison should be responsible for that. Both families said they want to see the eligibility rules change and protections added to ensure people are safe during unsupervised visits. That's crazy. One thing I do want to know is how many other times has this happened? And it's gone undetected, Rojas said. If Stephanie's family and Tanya's family didn't come forward, the public would not have known. We sure wouldn't have. Because I've never heard of a man unaliving his wife or girlfriend who came to visit them for conjugal visits. Like I said, that should be the last thing on your mind. That shouldn't even be on your mind at all. You would think. Rojas said it was only after Thomas was unalive that her family learned Thomas and Curry were intimately involved and married in 23. She did not tell any of us in the family because she knew we were not going to approve. Now look what happened to her. She kept them secrets. Curry, 48, is serving a life sentence, as you heard in the video that I played, for attempted unaliving of his girlfriend in 99. It's like that dude got an issue. I wonder if he even told his then wife what he did, or was he honest with her? The victim was found at a truck stop with a shotgun wound to her head, which left her blind, partially paralyzed, and without any recollection of the shooting, according to court records. Curry is also serving a 13-year prison sentence for a separate carjacking. After Curry got Thomas pregnant, he disappeared and was with Browning, Rojas said. Thomas learned from news reports that Curry had been dating Browning and was accused of shooting her. We didn't know where he went, Rojas said. I was relieved, but it wasn't until I saw the news, and this is when she was in labor. I saw him on the news, and that was because of what he did to the other girl. Thomas and Curry stayed in touch over the years because they share a 25-year-old son who is in the Air Force. How is that son going to take it? We always knew that they were on speaking terms, but we just did not know that they were involved in that way. Thomas' son was informed she had been killed on July the 2nd, and the county coroner determined her death was homicide in December. Rojas, who questioned why it took months for Curry to be charged with murder. Oh my goodness. The district attorney said Wednesday that he understood the family's frustration, but that he could not file charges until he had reviewed the prison investigation and autopsy reports, both of which he said he received last month. Rojas and Thomas were 5 months apart in age, grew up in San Francisco, and were like sisters, she said. She recalled them sharing a room and clothes when they were younger and even having their children around the same time. Thomas took medication daily to manage her lupus, a chronic autoimmune disease which she was diagnosed with as a teenager. Although the disease posed limitations, Thomas lived her life to the fullest and to the best of her ability. Thomas worked for the San Francisco Unified School District for many years, and at the time of her death, she was working as a mentor for developmentally delayed adults. She loved to help in everything she did, both personal and her career, Rojas said. That is terrible. That is so terrible. And I don't see, too much being said about Stephanie. Tania Thomas was unalived in July last year, and then Stephanie was the second one. Now something is in the water or the food. That is completely psychotic. And are they going to tell the truth? Can you really believe a murderer? Can you really believe a thief? So are they going to reveal the truth as to why they unalive their wives during a conjugal visit? That's insane. Saying like you should have been excited, to have a woman's body near you, You didn't have to look at no magazine or picture. This woman was here, flesh and blood, right near you, and you had a whole 30 to 40 hours to be by yourself with this woman. What the hell was on your mind? That's just dark, psychotic. All right, folks, if I see any updates, I will bring them to you. Other than that, this is terrible. And it had to happen in the state of California. All right, thank you guys, and I will see you on the next video.